Hey, what's up? This is your girl Diamond. I go live every Friday and we talk about whatever's going on in the week. And at the end, we kind of open up the floor to talk about whatever. This week, I want to talk about Nolan Wells. I want to talk about Voice Memo guy. Have y'all heard about him? Um, I want to talk about um, I want to talk about Kev on stage and the Christians being mad at him about self pleasure. Hey Andre, how are you? Hey Trish, how is everybody? Hey Miss Poke, how are you? Hey Tom. Oh, thank you. A little. This is my favorite hat. I'm feeling real Texas today. I'm smelling good. I'm wearing my classic Dolce & Gabbana. It's kind of running out. The one. It's one of my classic favorites. What am I sipping on? I am sipping on simple mint tea. Like you take a little, this is a little a tea thing. You put all of the loose leaf tea in here, and then you put the little hook on the side of your cup, and it just sits there like that. And it's like kind of like a tea bag, but reusable. It's metal, shaped like a cute heart. You see, fancy. I bought it with a little cute little witchy crystal spoon. Isn't it super cute? Isn't that? Look at the little decoration on it. And the little crystal little thing on the end. It's cute. And you swirl it around. Just mint tea. Love it. Gotta have a little whimsy in your life. What has been y'all tea? It is mid-July. Today is my cousin's birthday. I usually call her on her birthday and tell her happy birthday, but we haven't been talking because she's a transphobe. So we had to cut her off. You got a summer cold? No, it just liquid went down the wrong pipe. Had to cough a little bit. I actually feel great. I had a amazing week. This week has been really good. Not amazing. It wasn't that good. But it's been up tempo. That's the best way I can describe it. It's been up tempo. Nothing bad at all. Just happy. Little cute little stuff. This has been the week of connecting with old pieces. And I think I'm gonna talk to y'all about that and y'all tell me what y'all think about it. I'm gonna read some text messages to y'all from this guy that I used to talk to. I've been knowing him for like 20 years, but he randomly sent me a message and I want to read it to y'all later. What has been y'all tea? I'm giving folks a chance. As you come in, make sure you thumbs up and all that good jazz. I have had some. This definitely has been an interesting week. Good stuff, but very interesting. Anything good going on in y'all life? I had some delicious salmon. I know salmon is kind of regular, but I cooked it in a different way than I normally do. So my favorite way myself to cook not salmon. My favorite way is honey baked glaze salmon in the oven. You bake it and Worcestershire sauce and garlic and honey, and it's just a delicious way to cook salmon, and it's how I always it's the first way that I perfected to learn how to cook it, and it just always turns out really good, and that's my normal way to cook salmon if I cook it. Now, I've tasted delicious ways at other restaurants, when I'm out eating. So, but my particular way is that way. So I tried something new this week and it turned out so freaking good. I was like, girl, you should have been doing this. So, I have been addicted to Fishwife's smoked salmon, 10 fish for the past like 2 months. And so I've been going to the store, but the motherfuckers is pricey. They like 10, $11 for that little 10 fish. Anyway, so what I usually do with them, I usually take that whole thing and put it in like a salad, a chopped salad, and it's so good. And that's what I've been kind of doing. And it's been delicious. But that gets kind of pricey. Like 5 of them is like $50. Anyway, so I was like, well, how can I make it myself from like real salmon that I can how am I gonna get that smoky flavor? Da 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 da. So I got some liquid smoke. I got some I don't know what this seasoning is called. Let me go get it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So at HEB, this stuff right here is called For Real, and it is smoked salt. Like it's kind of like it's like smoked salt and pepper. And so I used this, some smoked paprika, and some liquid smoke, and I take like the packet of salmon, and it's like 4 pieces in the pack, and I take the fish. Of course, you season it with you put olive oil over the whole thing and season it with whatever season you do, and then you take them and put them skin side down in a crock pot. I have never cooked salmon in a crock pot ever, and so I always like bake it, and so put it in a crock pot, skin side down, for like 90 minutes. When I tell you, makes me want to shout. For like on low for like 90 minutes. It's usually 90 minutes to an hour. So think about 90 minutes to 2 hours. But I think I went up. I think I went like 90 minutes and maybe like 5 minutes more, like 95 minutes. Anyway, baby, that shit came out so fucking good. I was kind of nervous because I had never cooked it in a crock pot, but you put it on low and do it for like, set a timer for like 90 minutes. And I think I was playing a game, so I kind of went over the 90 minutes for 5 minutes. When I tell you that the salmon was cooked perfectly, it was juicy, it was fully cooked, all the shit I like. I don't like kind of that. Some people kind of undercook salmon and I don't like it. But this is perfect. It was so fucking good. And I was able to take it out Make sure you season it well, however you season, whatever you season. And I season it with this kind of salt, this salt and pepper, smoked paprika, and a little bit of liquid smoke that give it that smoky flavor, like you would like a smoked salmon. That smoky flavor, baby. Cook that shit, and then I put it in a container, and I was able to scoop it out enough for each one of the salads that I was doing. So it was like almost a third of the price of what I was paying. And it was my own cooking it. And so freaking good. I'm gonna be cooking salmon. I like my other way too, but this is an easy, no thought process. The other way, you can burn your shit up because it's honey and it's caramelized and it's sweet, and you gotta kind of keep basing it. So you gotta watch it so it doesn't. You can't over. You gotta watch it. It takes more skill. The way I did it the first time, but this way it is no skill at all. You season, put it in there, skin side down, and just let it go for that 90 minutes, like a crock pot. You know, crock pot cooking is super easy. And so it turned out so good. And I was able to eat on it for shit 3 days. It was so good. All right. We are going to start with, have y'all heard of Voice Memo guy? It's been a discussion on TikTok. And I wanna, hey CL, we just now starting. You're not late. You know, I give it a little time. How long? Yeah, it's about 11. Let's go to Voice Memo guy. All right. We're gonna listen. All right. We're gonna listen. We're gonna listen to Voice Memo guy. So this is a date. This is the after the first date. This is in between, you go on the first date, and then now y'all got to decide if it's going to be date number 2. Okay. And so this guy sends this girl a voicemail, a voice memo, and I want you to listen to it. And I want you to tell me what y'all think.
I had a good time tonight. Definitely think you are lovely. However, I would love to, if we're going to go to your place on Thursday, I mean, I am looking to have that physical intimacy to see if, like, I am sexually compatible with you. So, like, if I'm going to come over, like, I would be hoping to, like, hook up, have sex, have a good time, have, like, that romantic spark and that physical spark there for my own sake, because it's hard for me to continue dating someone and seeing them if I don't know if I'm sexually compatible. So I know you said I don't know about that, so like I guess my thing is like what would be the point of me coming over then if we're not gonna like hook up and like cuddle and like be intimate with each other? And if that's what you don't want, that's fine, but like I think we should just like end it here then, respectfully, just because first date, that's fine. Like, you want to get to know each other, I'm all about that. But like, I am looking to have that physical aspect there, and I don't want to continue seeing someone if I don't know if that's good, if that's not there or not. So, up to you. Let me know. I'm happy to. If you do want me to come over, I'm happy to do so. Would love to have a good time, and we can have some wine, hang out, and chill. But if you're not trying to hook up, then like I think we should just go our separate ways. Let me know. I had a good time tonight. Definitely think you are lovely.
All right. Could y'all hear that? Was that clear? This was It sounds like a white guy to me. That might be stereotyping, but this is a voice memo. Um, so clear and cringy. So what are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts on it? Clear and cringy, very clear and cringy. My thoughts. So my first mind is I actually love men like this. The reason why is because I can immediately tell you no. Like, you sending me this voicemail is a clear sign that I'm not interested. And I enjoy that you did this. Well, I want to say enjoy. That's a stretch. I appreciate that you did this because now I can say, oh, no, thank you, and be done with you. And so I'm hearing people talk about this in an annoying way. And it might be my toxic self, but people calling this coercion, people who are doing that get on my nerves. I hate it. It annoys me. I am somebody who, if you did this in person, I could run with the idea of coercion. I can run with the idea of you trying. She gave you a no because in the voice memo, you can tell that there was a conversation previous to this in the first date that where she kind of set a boundary about having boundaries about sex. Cool. And so this is his way of conveying his wants and needs. And I think sometimes when it doesn't, when people don't perform how we think that they should perform, that we try to make it a problem. And I think because in person, I think this would have been problematic, but over the voicemail, I don't find that to be pressure. That's not pressure to me. When you send a voicemail, that's giving her a clear way out. If she's not interested, she's not interested. You're telling her what. Now, could you have had a little bit more finesse? Sure. Absolutely. I think that was fumbled through in a way that was kind of sloppy, but that in itself, the sloppiness of you having this conversation, it clearly tells me that you're not my type. Because I would never want to be in any situation with a man that doesn't have any finesse, particularly finesse around sexuality. To me, having finesse around sexuality is a sign of intellectual and emotional maturity. This seems like a fumbling teenager that has grown to be an adult and didn't learn how to have finesse around sex. Finesse around having these kind of conversations. That's ridiculous, but it's okay because maybe you haven't learned how to do that, and that's okay. But I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I'm not interested, and if you ask me why, then I can explain why. But I feel like you're right. You should move on, and I don't see the point in you coming over. I don't see the point in us redating. This was a hard no for me, and I get it, but I don't find this to be problematic. I find it to be something, his way of telling you what he needs, and you get to decide, no, thank you, I'm not interested. I don't find that to be a problem. I don't. And so I want to play some people's reactions to that voice memo.
Discover the sophistication of Citra. Only
Girl,
at
shut
Living
up.
Spaces.
Living Spaces.
Living
In this course,
spaces.
you'll get AI skills employers are looking for. Let's get started. Enroll today.
Not me having to go
Who would
through.
know that one woman's TikTok story about a man who sent her a voice
Shut
memo
up.
after their first date could turn into a conversation about consent,
I wanna
coercion,
hear
and ultimately leading
the
to
white
him being
girls.
called a
It's a good time, and I definitely think you are lovely. However, I would love to
This
go
one.
to your place on Thursday. I mean, I am looking to have that physical intimacy. See if
Let's go to her.
like they really fit unless you jam them in there. You know, no pun intended.
This is not hard. This is an open book test from a lawyer. You ready? Okay. What is consent? It's an enthusiastic yes. Anything not an enthusiastic yes is a no. So when the voice note starts out by acknowledging that in the last conversation she did not give him an enthusiastic yes, he says, "I know you said you you didn't know about that," and then he proceeds to try to change her mind after her no. And he doesn't just say, "Oh, I know you said you weren't sure about it, but maybe reconsider, please," which in and of itself is still coercion. If you hear something that's not
what he did.
Push, that is coercion.
But
That's
I
not what he
give you
did.
My opinion on the voice memo guy. All of this is signs to me of a man who has something has happened in the past, or he's struggled with consent and boundaries of some sort. He probably went to therapy.
I think this is all projection.
Came out thinking that this was what consent needs to look like. Especially if this happens again, he will have this sort of agreement to fall back on, even though that's not how consent works. This is, an important conversation to have in sorts, but later down the line when everyone's ready for it, and not if you're continually pushing it on the woman before she's clearly ready to have it. That is
So
very
this
pushy.
is the problem that I have with this. And I hate that y'all got me defending weirdo men. I don't think he's a weirdo. I think what it is he's establishing what I want, and you get to say no. Clearly in his past, he has went on date after date and didn't get no pussy. So now I want to say, I don't really want to go further unless I'm getting some pussy. And so you get to, and he's doing it in a voicemail. He's not doing it in person, alone, in your house, where that's when he can get like, oh God, I don't know if I can say no or not, because you being kind of aggressive with this. In person, but no, he's doing it over voicemail. And I think that is a key component, because as he fumbles through the way he's selling it, you can say no. You can say no. There don't need to be no awkwardness. You can be like, oh, no, I'm not interested. And go. It is through a voicemail. And I think that makes the biggest difference, because he's telling you, this is what I'm looking for, and you can say no. You can say, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in being in this situation with you. I'm not really for sure at this point. And now that you've sent me this voice note, I wasn't for sure before. And now that you sent me this voice note, I'm actually very sure that I'm not interested in you. So, no, thank you. Because now I don't see the point either. Great. Even if I was willing to go on a second date, now I'm definitely not, because I'm not interested. I think making it seem like, ooh, he has raped somebody in the past, I think that's weird. I think that kind of projection, I think you can easily convey that, oh, I had an issue that I didn't get no pussy when I went through this whole process of dating. And so if I know that I don't know where this is going, so if I tell you up front that this is what I'm looking for, and I want it to be very clear that that's what I'm looking for, and you're not willing to, then let's not date. I'd rather have that than the nigga who is lying and his anger is simmering behind me, honey, his anger is simmering behind closed doors. I much rather have a nigga like this so I can say no immediately. I actually appreciate this. I don't find this to be problematic at all. I find this to be, I'm not interested in somebody that doesn't have this finesse.
However,
Social media is so
Oh my God, why is it not doing what I need to do? Okay. Let me listen to, there is a, let me see if I can find.
Broader theory that a lot of women are... Okay, so I'm obviously not a spokesperson for all women who date men. I do date men. I also date other genders. I think that this is a situation that any person of any gender could find themselves in, wanting to know if they will be able to test physical compatibility with the person they have been on one or more dates with. I do not think this is an unreasonable thing. If I were asking this question to someone else, or if the question were being asked to me, what I would want to be said is something along the lines of, I had a really great time on our first date. I'm definitely attracted to you. It's important to me to test or figure out physical compatibility sooner rather than later. I want to respect your boundary. Would you be open to having a conversation about moving forward sexually? To me, this is a really straightforward, really non-threatening way of asking this question. If you are asking the question to an adult person, I am 36 years old. I have been married. I've been divorced. I have children. I have dated literally all over the world. I've dated people of all ages and genders, like I said. So to me, this is a really, really clean way of doing it, because you're making it clear that you're interested in the person. You're making it clear that you're attracted to them, which is validating them. And you're also making it clear that you have needs that you would like to be met, and you're trying to suss out whether or not you're compatible. I do not think that any truly emotionally mature person would read or hear this message and say, wow, you're being coercive. So like I said in my original video, there's absolutely a better way for him to have approached it. And this is how I would say it. I also want to just say quickly, as a woman who is a single mom, I have been in a situation similar to this, and I was voice memo guy. Let me just say that. Obviously, I didn't send asshole-ish voice note to this person I had only been on one date with, but I did make it clear, or so I thought, what I was looking for. And the guy still said to me, well, I found you a bit hard to read. I wasn't sure what you wanted. I think a lot of people are really, really nervous about pursuing a sexual relationship with someone else, not only because of puritanical attitudes just in general, but also conservatism is on the rise. So I hope this helps someone. Okay, so I want to talk about my broader theory that a lot of women are dating for the performance of courtship rather than to actually find someone they're compatible with.
So I love this part.
With a guy that I was really excited about. We had some fun banter when we were texting. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a good time. With my clients went to lunch. I was telling them how excited I was for this date, and they were like, what are you going to wear? And I said, I don't know. And they said, well, after lunch, we should go to Nordstrom's and go shopping and find something. And I was like, that sounds like fun. Let's do it. Go to Nordstrom, and I try on a bunch of things, and we don't like any of them, and decide that I'm just going to wear something from my closet. I was thinking about, like, okay, what is the timeline of my day now that I've spent the entire afternoon with friends, which I didn't expect? What am I going to wear tonight? I want to make a good first impression on him. All of the things that I think are normal. Get there.
Okay, I'm going to skip her part, because she goes on a date, and the dude meets her at the date with an outfit on that's too casual. Like, he has on some shorts, too casual to her. He has on some shorts, and he is like, he's underdressed to her. It's not like he's like, it's just regular, like shorts, t-shirt, regular clothes. But to her on this date, it's almost disrespectfully underdressed to her. But to him, it's a casual date and he's in casual clothes.
He's right there, sitting at a bar, and he's wearing a polo shirt and shorts and sneakers.
He's
And
wearing
I'm like,
polo shirt,
that's
shorts, and
I
sneakers.
expected for
Compatibility with no
Oh,
involvement
right.
with this person. That
And
she
this is
wasn't
the
introvert in tonight, and maybe you should just own that. And he texts me, and he sends me a peace sign emoji and a screenshot of the Google definition of the word vain.
I am not going to remark on wearing a polo shirt and shorts on a date because that part to me is not relevant. What I want to talk about is this story within the context of my broader theory that a lot of women are dating for the performance of courtship rather than to actually find someone they're compatible with. She realized that she wasn't compatible with this person, that she wasn't interested in this person, and that she was trying to physically demonstrate her lack of interest in this person. He was not picking up on that. She was over him before the date even started because of her perception that he had not put in enough effort. Oh, I see he's wearing shorts. That's kind of a turnoff. We get one round of drinks. And I say to myself, you know what? I think I'm going to call it. Thank you so much. It was really nice to meet you. And then maybe if you feel compelled, sending an anti-ghost text at the end of the night. That is what a person who has self-esteem would do. When you have determined that you are uncomfortable with this person physically, that is the point at which you leave the date. You create an opening. That is very straightforward. You do not at that point then decide to continue the date for yet another drink with someone who you've already determined you have no compatibility with, no interest in, and you resent. The reason that I call this a performance is because it seems that this woman wanted to admonish him for wearing shorts, to chew him out for not performing adequately. And that is a waste of time. Me, it seems.
So I think both of these stories are connected. The way in this situation, the situation with the voice memo guy, I'll actually appreciate that and just be done with him. Like it won't turn into anything because I'm like, oh, I feel like you're trying to give me an ultimatum about whether or not I have sex with you, and I don't play that. You're not about to give me an ultimatum about my body because it puts me in a situation where if I'm gonna feel weird about changing my mind, even if I'm like, even if I wanna, I think about doing it. Like, say I wanted to fuck you too, but what if you do something weird on the second date and I change my mind? But I thought that I told you I wanted to have sex and da 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 da. Yeah, but then you did this and I don't like it. And now we gotta have the conversation as if I owe you some motherfucking sex. Fuck you. Get out of my face. I don't like being in those kind of situations. So I like that you sent me a voice memo letting me know what's on your mind. And now I can just say no because I don't like being in those type of situations where I can't freely go in and out of no and yes or whatever. I'm not, I don't like this. No, thank you. I'm out of here. I appreciate it. I don't want to be in no situation. So no, thank you. Thank you for giving me this voice memo and you doing it in a safe way where I don't have to reject you in your face and then you get mad and angry and we got to argue. You did it in a voice memo and I can just send you a voice memo back saying no. No, thank you. Thank you for letting me know your boundaries. Boom. So that situation I would appreciate. But this situation I felt like was dragging me because I too am like the lady who was on the date. So, and it might be my own, I don't know what it is, but I am somebody who, when I'm on a date with a man, there is a performance that I need him to have that I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for gentleman stuff. I want you to put effort in your look. You looking raggedy or looking underdressed on a date with me, that's going to make, and it might be me, like which is what she's saying. It might be me being insecure. I don't know what it is, but I don't feel it is, but it might be. but I want you to put effort in your presentation to me. I want you to care enough about me to want to present yourself well on this date. And I might be the bitch that stay for a couple of drinks, even though I'm turned off by the fact that you dress like this coming in. I might be that girl. I might be her. I've been in that situation where I'm like, ooh, you looking real underdone. But all right, I'm here now. I don't want to be in no awkward situation where I just end the date. I don't know why that feels uncouth to me. It shouldn't, but it I'm coming on this date and then I'm telling you I don't like how you dressed for this date. I don't know. That feels, for me, it feels kind of, hey Naira. I don't know. I might feel some kind of way of ending the date. I might feel, maybe. I might feel, I don't know. It's just some things that may not be in date worthy. And I think clothes might be not in date worthy. Does that make sense? Does it make sense to y'all? Like, yeah, I don't like your clothes, but unless it's like you in dirty work clothes, then that's too disrespectful. But like you in a polo shirt and shorts, or you're wearing a style that I don't like. You clean, but it's just like, ooh, you're too casual. You got a t-shirt and jeans. I don't know what would be inappropriate. I don't know. However you would think a person's dress inappropriate. Me would be definitely no, it's being dirty. Like if you came from work and you just got your dirty work clothes on, and I don't like that. But I'm trying to think of something that would be not disrespectful, but in regards to clothes, that's not disrespectful, but I felt like it's lack of effort. I don't know. And it also depends on what we doing. Nigga, if we going to the arcade, t-shirt and jeans seem cool. But if we're going to like a nice restaurant, then I feel like you should, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like you should dress up. There should be some kind of effort. Anyway, so I say that because when she was like, I'm looking for a performance, yes, there is a performance that I am looking for. And if he does not live up to that performance, that determines whether or not the date was good or not. And sometimes I'm not in a position to where I think it's wrong enough for me to leave. So I'll just sit in the space, even though I know this has kind of turned me off. But also, I'm also somebody that other things that you could do could make me look past stuff like that. Like, I feel like a date is a fucking interview. I feel like a date is an interview. I feel like it is you putting your best foot forward to impress each other. Like, we are seeing how compatible we are. And the whole point of going on a date is to see if we're compatible. But also, I want to impress you. I want you to impress me. And so your clothes may be whack, but then if we sit down and you have the most amazing personality that I'm not even thinking about your clothes now, then that changes the dynamic, where later on, as we continue today, I could be like, man, you came on a date looking a mess, but you were so dope, I just ignored it. That can be a part of the legend of our dating life. But if I would have just left just based on your clothes, I don't know, that would have felt weird. But she's saying that once you saw that the clothes, you should have just left. And if you knew that was a deal breaker, you should have just ended the date instead of going along with it. And that, I think that makes sense, because that does waste time. And that's the same thing with, oh boy, with the voice memo. I like it because he's not wasting time. Do you know how many times we are going to go on dates with people? I don't know. I've been on dates with people and their ulterior motive was some shit that they could have told me before, and we could have ended this, and we didn't have to go on 3-4 dates. We could have just ended it because I'm not interested in that. I had this dude, so I'm not BDSM. I'm not into that. Like that kink kind of submissive and dom stuff. So I went on a date with this dude, and over the process of like 4 dates, he started calling me mistress. Now, I have a naturally, mistress-like quality when I am dating a man. Because I just have strong boundaries and I kind of, I like to be worshipped, honey. And so if you're not doing that, I'm probably not going to be feeling it. And so because I like that dynamic of being worshipped, sometimes I run across dudes who have like a fetish for a mistress, being like a mistress. And so but I'm not into BDSM. So on that level. And so over the process of 4 dates, he started going into this direction that I felt like I was turning into a mistress, like turning into dominatrix chick. He started calling me mistress. And it was turning me off. And I'm like, why do you keep doing that? And so as we go on down the conversation, that is what he's looking for. What do you mean you like to be worshipped? I mean, what else could that mean? I like to be worshipped. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I like to be worshipped. I like to be praised. I like my ego stroked. I like submissive words of affirmation. I like men who don't have a problem with praising you, worshiping you. I don't know how to describe it. I do know how to describe it. Gomez from Adam's Family. How he treats Morticia, that's what I want in a man. How Gomez treats Morticia, like what I'm talking about, Angelica Houston and Raul. I'm talking about that Gomez. How Gomez treats Morticia, that's what I want. That's what turns me on in a man. Does that give you that? I think that's the best way. That how Gomez treats Morticia is relationship goals for me as a woman. Love me, be obsessed with me. That I can just be feminine and suck it in. And I give you, of course, it's reciprocal, but you doing it in a manly, romantic way, and I'm the damsel dove in distress, not in distress, in love and taking it all in. That, if that makes sense. And so, but I'm not into BDSM. I'm not into you on your knees, you bent over like Aegon and kissing my boots and oh mistress, put your heel in my back and let me and stomp on me. No, I'm not into that. I'm into worship in that way. And sometimes you'll meet people and they're into the BDSM level, and I'm not into that. I'm into the sweet, tender kisses. Ooh, mon chéri. I'm into the Gomez. I'm not into the I'm not into the BDSM side. The latex leather, patent leather, It's human nature. Whip you. Get on your knees and kiss my feet. No. I'm not into that. Yeah, he was looking for ball busters. So that's what he expressed to me by date 4. And I'm not interested in that. And if he would have said that in date 1, we didn't have to waste time on date 2, 3, and 4. He should have said that's what he was looking for. But the problem, this is the problem. People don't want rejection. And I think accepting rejection is a part of emotional maturity. You're going to get, if I'm not into it, you're going to get rejected in date 4. Just like you're trying to avoid it in date 1. The outcome is still going to be the same. The outcome is still going to be the same. So why waste our time when you can tell me up front that this is not what it is? And y'all remember my story, Meeting Man of My Dreams? That is the lesson that I was telling that story about for myself as a trans woman. I can postpone this. I can use my passing privilege and try to do all that I can to make you fall in love with me and make you come real hard and make you and do all the stuff to make you like me. But at the end of the day, when I tell you my tea, you gonna be for it or not. Whether that be after a month or after a day, you're gonna be for it or not. And so, in that story, Meeting the Man of My Dreams, the lesson for me, for Diamond, was I don't like this feeling. Because just like I am getting into it and trying to convince and trying to enchant this man, along with me enchanting him into liking me, I am enchanting my damn self into liking him more. And so when we get to the line and he either got to cross it or say no, yes or no, I didn't like the feeling once I got the no. Because I whatever this feeling that I have, I don't like it. I don't like this shit. Because eventually, even if he say yes to the sex, because that's not hard. Any trans woman will tell you, the yes to the sex ain't hard. Yes to continuous sex ain't hard. But where do we go after this? Because I know that's not your goal. Well, I don't know. If that's your goal, then cool. If you just want to have a sexual partner. But if you spent all this time, quote unquote, tricking, then it can't be about just sex. It got to be something you want more. You're trying to convince them that you're great to me. Now, I don't know how other girls do it, but that's what it was about when in my younger years. What I'm trying to avoid is you prejudging me on whatever preconceived notions that you have about being what a trans woman is. I want you to get to know me outside of my fucking genitalia. And so what I thought was, if I just give you enough time to see me move, see me out in public, see how people treat me, see how I move in the world, see how the world engages with me. I thought that if somebody saw that, but then that would lessen the rejection. But it actually made it worse. Especially if this is a nice guy, because there's a shady, angry nigga saying no. There's a certain level of, oh, well, fuck you then, that you can do because they getting shady and angry, and you can get shady and angry. Oh, well, fuck you, motherfucker. But when they're actually nice, that makes it worse, because he's not giving you any kind of anger to hide behind. He is just saying, oh, damn, you are so great. But I ain't really looking for this. That ain't really what I'm looking for. I got other goals in my life in regards to relationship and romance that you can't fulfill. Or I don't think I'm ready for that. I'm not ready to take on whatever comes along with that. And thoughtful answers, a thoughtful rejection. That's worse than the, oh, you a man? That I can, because that turns you into, oh, fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck, blah, blah, blah. It can easily be dismissed. Oh, you're just a transphobic motherfucker. You're dumb. You're ignorant. Da, 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 da. But when a motherfucker is thoughtfully telling you, nah, this is why. Oh, I can't do this because of this, and it's legitimate reasons. That feels worse. Hey, son, how are you? Thank you. That feels worse. And that situation, it was like, whoa. And then if you come, because I've seen Lawrence since that video. I've seen Lawrence since then, and it doesn't feel good. I could have had him. I actually went to the hotel with him decades later, and had to check myself, bitch. This is not nothing new. You're romanticizing something that shouldn't be romanticized. This ain't nothing new. This ain't. You can have him, but where does it go from here? It doesn't go anywhere. And so why waste the time? That's what this whole conversation for me is about. I enjoy people who just tell me up front so I can move the fuck on. Just so I can move on. That's what it is. It's so I cannot, so I don't have to waste my time with you. I think people should go out and purposely put themselves out there to get rejected just for practice. People love fantasy and living in Saint Delulu. That was the video that taught me to tell my tea up front. Oh, good. I hope so. When you're safe now, don't tell your tea until you're in a safe situation. Because telling your tea, honesty is not a bulletproof vest. Because that we learned from Isline Nettles. She told her tea up front, and he beat her to death. So make sure you're in a safe situation. Hey, Keystar, how are you? So, yeah, I there is a performance that I look for. I'm a Pisces. It is a Pisces thing. Somebody said that earlier. I think it might be a Pisces thing if you run with astrology, and I do. Yeah, I do think it's a Pisces thing. I do like that performance. I'm a whimsical girl. I like to be I like for you to care, and the way that you care is to dress nice, plan, and do these. You're trying to impress me. Be a man. I like it. I think that is masculine. I think that it's manly. Um, Then I just noticed that the camera is just Chris. Is that me? It is not. It's the same exact camera, but the difference, and people don't know this, and I'm just be lazy sometimes. When you have a key light, like you have a key, you got this light, and then you have a background light, which is this. It's something about it that changes the quality of it. that little change in lighting makes the crispness of, because this is how I usually have it set up. Do you see the difference? But when I have a backlight, it changes the crispness of it, because you have the back is being lit and you have a thing that's letting you and separate you. So if you, just a lighting tip for people. And there's a light over here too. It's a soft box light, and then a ring light, and then this light. And so it gives a depth of field of lighting too, if that makes sense. So it makes it look crisp, and more lighting makes the camera work better. Any camera work better. Do you use dating apps, Diamond? If so, do you put your T in your bio or discuss once you match? Discuss once I match. I'm not interested in anybody who doesn't have good conversation. And so I need to chat with you, and everybody don't need to know my T until I tell them. So I do use dating apps, and I don't put my T in my bio. And I know people would be like, well, isn't that wasting time? I don't think chatting with somebody to see if we mentally connect is wasting time. Once I see that we're mentally connect, then I tell my T. I was like, oh, I like you. So boom, now I tell you my T. But I don't find chit-chatting a waste of my time. Now, that don't mean he don't think it's a waste of his time once he find out my T. But my time, us chatting back and forth and us getting, having substantive conversation for us to get to know if we even connect on a mental level, I don't find that to be a waste of time. Like, oh, let me see what you get it. Okay, you stupid. You asking me dumbass questions, one word answers. You're dumb. You're saying stupid shit. Oh, you don't need to know my T because I'm not even interested in you either. So I'm out. But once that conversation is going back and forth and it's juicy and love, okay. Yeah, now you need to know my T. Now it needs to, because I also need to know what is this? Like, is it, because there's some people who, I don't want to be with you, I want to sleep with you. And so where is this going? But I don't know that. I can't know that just based on pictures. I need to know where our conversation goes. Because if I find out that you're smarter than what I expected, then I take you more seriously than somebody who just looks good. Does that make sense? And so if your intelligence intrigues me, then I can think, oh, this could be a little bit more than just fucking. This could be something serious. So let me see where this goes. But if your conversation is fun and light but stupid, because some people can be a good time, but you can tell they're not intellectually up to par. Does that make sense? Like, they're not. There's levels to this thing. There's people who are unattractively dumb, and then there's people who they're not brilliant, but they're not stupid either. Like, they still have fun conversation, but they're not, they may not read. They can read, but it's not like they can't follow you down intellectual roads. But they're fun. They're fun personalities. They can crack a good joke. They can, you get what I'm saying? They can tread water with you. They can't go deep, but they can be like, oh, they can duck down a little bit. It's like, oh, we're splashing in the water. But I can't go deep down. We can't scuba dive. We can't go deep down, but we're fun. I can surf. I can ride the waves. You know, it's fun. It's I'm exciting up here on the water. I can swim, I can do tricks, I can tread, I can do all the things, and it's fun and we can entertain each other. But I can't go deep. And so I don't think not being brilliant is a deal breaker for sex. It is a deal breaker for um anything long term. You can't be. I dated my first love was somebody who was intellectually not my equal. And I thought that I could look over it. But as our relationship, because he was amazing in everything else, but we couldn't have deep conversations. And it always felt like there was these moments where I would be like, oh my God, you're really stupid. And it would diminish my feelings. I'd be like, oh, oh. It just I learned from him that I can't look over that. So we can just sleep with each other if you are if you regular regular. But long term, I need somebody who can go down the rabbit holes with me. Like we can talk, they're bringing thoughtful conversation. They have thoughtfully thought about things. Like there's some people who haven't deeply thought about anything because they're just not a deep person. But they got a big old dick and they fine. So that's fun. You can have fun. But men long term, I'd rather you be somebody who and that actually can make up for somebody's unattractiveness. Like somebody who has a brilliant sense of conversation, it can take them from being a 6 to an 8 for me. Like if your mind is brilliant, like that can turn me on. That can take you from like a 6 to an 8. That can jump you up like 3 points for me. Like it's a big deal. Yeah. I think that is anyway, I think that that performance that she was talking about, that performance is something that I definitely look for in men that I date. And I think that if you can't perform, I'm out. If whatever you want, I want you to tell me so that I can be like, no, I'm not interested in that. And then we can move forward and you can go on about your business and I can go on about my business. Like I feel like like for example, I wouldn't be interested. I'm a verse girly. I'm a verse bottom girly. And so some dude that always would want me to top them all the time, child, no. I'm not interested in somebody like that. I'm cool. But if that's your main gig, I'm not interested in that, girl. That is not my tea. I don't want that. I don't want somebody. I don't want a bottom. Okay, let's hear. I think this gay boy, we'll talk about back to voice memo. I think this gay boy added some good conversation to it too.
As a gay man, I find the conversation around voice memo guy very intriguing. I'm referring, of course, to the viral voice memo that a man left for a woman after their first date, suggesting they probably shouldn't meet up again because physical intimacy was a top priority for him, and it sounded like it wasn't for her. Some people are praising him for communicating his expectations clearly, doing so when they're not in person at her place so she doesn't feel any pressured by it, and walking away rather than inviting her into a situation where their interests may not be aligned. Others are calling him coercive for giving an ultimatum for the second date, for making it harder for her to say no later if she agrees to things in advance, for not respecting how much harder it is, how much more risk there is for women in approaching physical intimacy, and for perhaps, though we don't know, being misleading about being interested in dating and relationships in the first place. I think part of the issue here is that it was just not the most articulate voice message, so I think that gives room for both interpretations. But after hearing all of the discourse and how he's been talked about, I am at least a little sympathetic to him, and I want to talk about why. We gay men have very detailed conversations about our likes and dislikes. We literally label ourselves by our preferred positions, and there's a whole negotiation that happens around physicality, usually before even a first meeting in public. And there have been many times that I've been into somebody and thought that we could have a good time, but there was one thing that they wanted that I didn't, and that was enough for there not to be a compatibility, and we didn't meet at all. And it stings, it's a bit of a bummer, but I was never entitled to access them if we couldn't agree upon the terms. In the kink community, these conversations are even more explicit and nuanced because, after all, consent and trust are of utmost importance when you are attempting to find somebody whose interests complement your own. At this point, I am so comfortable casually talking about these topics that I have to severely code switch when I'm not just around other gay men because it's still taboo to talk so bluntly about these things. Is it that particular taboo that's our knock against Voice Memo Guy? I'm just trying to figure out what people actually want from him. Clearly these two weren't a match, but isn't it better to know that as soon as possible so that neither wastes any more time on it? If you want to complain about how he said it, fine, I guess. I mean, if you aren't interested in getting physical or you attach a whole lot more significance to it, then yeah, that message is going to be a turnoff. But it was clearly meant to be a deal breaker. I'm of course sympathetic that there are a lot of people who want to establish emotional connection and trust before they get physical. And that's not just limited to women. I've certainly felt that way at various points in my life as well. But there are people for whom physical intimacy is a priority and they don't want to waste their time if that chemistry isn't there. So where I'm really confused in this discourse is the way that her interest in forming an emotional connection first is being treated as virtuous, while his interest in building a physical connection first is assumed to be predatory. The way I've heard some people talking about this situation, it sounds like they're suggesting that she deserved more of his time and attention before they got physical. And thus, by setting his expectations for how he wanted to move forward, he was somehow punishing her for not wanting to get intimate. But the only power that he had over her was the potential for a second date. So aren't we just talking about rejection, not coercion? But why should he give up more of his time and probably money, because we're talking about dating, trying to form a kind of connection he doesn't want to make? Why is she entitled to ask for the kind of courtship that she wants, but he is condemned for expressing the kind of courtship that he wants? As much as I'm surprised to hear myself be the one to say this, physical first encounters can very much still lead to emotional connections and even a relationship. And I've experienced it many times while navigating gay hookup culture, surprised as I am to be defending it. It's certainly a different order of operations than what some people are used to, and it's not for everybody. But I can't figure out the grounds on which to suggest that a physical first approach is objectively inferior or repugnant when it's still approached with open communication and shared expectations. And it almost sounds to me as though in the age of dating apps, there are some people who would still prefer that we had Victorian calling cards and parlor room chaperones. These two people were not a match. And I think that's the whole point of the voice memo. He understands from the conversation on the first date that she is not as interested in moving forward physically. And so he explains that they are in very different places around this. And that if she isn't where he is, as it sounds like she isn't to him, they should not move forward. He can go keep looking for people that want to prioritize physical intimacy, and she can go look for people who want to prioritize emotional intimacy, and they just don't need to spend any more time together. And what I just don't think I understand in all of the discourse is what different outcome anybody would want for these two. because as I run through all the hypotheticals in my head that don't involve him being just a different person, they're all worse.
When I was dating, I didn't let the dude talk to me about preferences until third date. Made queer dating way easier for my goal. What he said wasn't a big deal, but when expressing that to a woman, you got to have a little bit more finesse in how you say things. His voice memo was a little gruff for talking to a girl. You don't think you need to be finesse talking to a boy? Like I know some, I don't want to say prude, but I know some gay guys that like a little bit finesse, and they complain about the over sexual nature of gay hookup culture. Even complain about one of the early questionings being, are you a top or bottom? It was like, damn, why does that always have to be the upfront question? As if there's no nuance in that. But couldn't they have been a match on the fifth date, but he just wanted it to happen sooner? It's not like sexual positions. It's about when and how fast, which feels different. I think what he just said, perfect. When we talk about the order of, when he talked about the order of operations, because I have an order of operations that's different than a lot of people. At least he was honest. Now she can pass. I agree with that, even though the bar is in hell. Like, I want you to be more than just honest. I want you to have some finesse, but that's a performance. Like, they can stand in a group of homegirls and laugh a man away and it just be normal. He sounded kind of desperate to me, but he was honest and direct. Women can get offended quicker. But I don't know if that's innate. I think that's just how the culture goes. I think queer culture is a little bit more open, and I think we accept tacky shit normally. I don't know. I think I don't know, maybe. Well, and then when I say that, I don't know nothing about lesbian culture, so they be, but no, they got some tacky. I think it's tacky. The stereotype of lesbians and U-Haul lesbians, how as soon as they meet somebody, they moving in. I think that's tacky. As soon as you meet somebody, you hauling and moving in together and shit like that, I think that's tacky. But that happens enough to where that is a stereotype in lesbian culture. So yeah, I think there's a lot of tacky ass shit that happens in queer culture that I personally think is like cringy, but it's normal. I feel like my issue is that he said in his voice memo that she already gave signs of being uncomfortable with sex. So he already shared that he wanted what he wanted. The issue is now he turned it into ultimatum. See, I didn't pick up that he shared what he wanted. I picked up that he understood her. He got from her in the conversation that she's uncomfortable with sex or have a certain operation about sex. But I didn't pick up that he shared what he wanted. But he was sharing it now. But yeah, I agree that the ultimatum, that would turn me off. But I love for you to do that. Do it. Tell me that shit up front. Coercion is when someone is threatening to take something away from you if you don't comply. Do you think that this was coercive? I agree, Mother Electra. I think that would be coercion. The fact that he's telling you this over a voicemail takes coercion off the table. I think that we can have a conversation about that puts her in a position where she can't get that can put her in an uncomfortable position where if she decides to go on a second date and she changed her mind, I think that's a conversation that we can have. But I think these type of moments spark the cultural discourse so we can talk about it happening. But coercion, I don't agree with that at all. I don't think that it was coercion at all. It was a voicemail, bitch. You wasn't under any kind of threat. There was no threat in a voicemail. He was like, yo, this is what I'm looking for. If you're not down, I don't see the point. Great. You're right. There ain't no point in us dating no more. Thank you for telling me. There ain't no point. And for me, and this may be my wanting performance in a certain way, I don't want the sex to be the point. I don't know if I agree with that, Ray, but girl, if you that desperate, then you don't need to be dating. If you that desperate where a voicemail can force you into something, child, girl, the whole I have a problem with the whole coercion thing over voicemail. That's weird to me. Now, in person, I could run with it because it's like, what? I get in person, but over a voicemail, girl, ain't no fucking coercion over a voicemail. I'm always I don't get the discourse. I think they just was. I think it goes back to what a girl said. I think that there's a. I love that what he pointed out too is like, why are her boundaries more important than his? That's a bar, because this is your order of operations. This is my order of operations. I'm telling you what they are. You're not down. Let's just end it. I think that that's sickening. You don't do it this way, cool. And I have to have this conversation a lot, because my way of communicating and meeting people online, I hate for people to try to tell me I don't hate it, but if you try to tell me what's more efficient for you and it doesn't match what I think is more efficient than me, to me, that means that we are not compatible. It doesn't mean that you are a problem. It doesn't mean anything negative about you. It's just our order of operation is different. And don't mean that you're wrong. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It just means that we don't match. And so I have to have this conversation. So I'm the type of person, I don't be just sending my number all over the internet to talk to niggas on the phone. Like, so on a dating app, I'm not just sending my number, or you send me your number. I'm not just calling some random ass number. Hey, that's awkward to me. I don't like it. I don't like this. So I chat, I force people. Not force, I require, because you're not forced. You can stop talking if you want to stop talking. I require substantive conversation consistently. Now, this don't mean that we're going to be chatting for a month. No, I'm not going to be chatting for a month because I want to meet. That's the point. The point is meeting. But that don't mean that we chat today, I'm going to meet you tomorrow. No. It's usually, it could be, and it all depends on the conversation. I can't give you a timeline. I can't give you it's going to take 3 days. It's going to take 1 day. It's going to take a week. I don't know what the timeline is. What it is, do we have substantive conversation? Does the conversation lead to me wanting to meet you? Because I don't meet people just based on you having some cute ass pictures. No, that's the spark. The conversation is what leads to meeting. And so, what kind of questions are you asking? What am I learning about you in the conversation? That consistent. It could take 2 days. It could take a week. It never takes a month. No, it's usually about a week and a half. If we're consistent, you're attractive, the brain is there, or the fun is in the conversation, everything is going good. It could be like a week or two, like a week and a half. But sometimes it would be like 4 days. If everything is going and flowing, we consistently talking to each other, it could be 4 days. It just depends on the circumstance. Depends on my schedule. It depends on my mood. It depends on many things. And so, if that's the case, sometimes I'll talk to dudes and people are like, oh, I'm old school. I like to just get on the phone. Okay, I'm not. So that means we don't match. It don't mean that I'm a problem. It don't mean that you're a problem. It means that we don't match, because that's not how I do things. I'm not sending you my number. I'm not calling your random number. No. So but it's okay that you want that. I'm not telling you that it's wrong. Go ahead. It just means that you don't match with me. You need to find somebody who's willing to meet you or whatever. Kind of like dates. I don't do the whole what they be calling it, the coffee dates. Like what they be, will they go to a Starbucks and just kind of have coffee? The logic of that, I think, is great. I think for somebody else, that could be amazing. That could be dope. It could be wonderful. But I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. That's not something that I want if I'm dating someone. But I'm also not the girl that's gonna complain about what Cheesecake Factory. Girl, I love Cheesecake Factory. I'm going to Cheesecake Factory. If the date is Cheesecake Factory, cool. Let's go to Cheesecake Factory. It can't be McDonald's. But a nice sit down restaurant, because I feel like there are reasonably delicious places. It don't have to be Eddie V's or Del Frisco or some fancy high end place. It don't need to be that. But it can't be we sitting at Wendy's. It can't be we sitting having a coffee at Starbucks. If you want to do that, great. But it's just not for me. And I try to tell people get mad when I have that boundary, and I'm like, you saying it like I'm telling you there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just we don't match, and that's okay. But the problem sometimes is that you want to match with me so bad. You want to match. You don't want me. So what happens is they was like, oh, okay, well, I talk, and they think that, and so now talking to me is a chore. And I'm like, that don't turn me on. So now you let me know that you don't want to talk to me. So I'm not interested. Like now you're making it seem like I'm forcing you to talk to me. Nigga, no, go talk to somebody else on the phone who wants to jump on the phone with you. Great. And in my own personal experience, it has been nothing but negative. Jumping on the phone with niggas I don't know, they'll get to you have one conversation with them, even if it go good, honey. 2:00 in the morning, you getting dick pictures sent to your phone. Nigga, what the fuck? Yeah, I just have had negative experiences that I don't like that shit. Soon as y'all have one good conversation, honey, and then what you doing? I'm by you. Can we hook up? And then when the conversation a week ago, it was all good conversation. Like it wasn't about sex at all. But now you got my number, and now I gotta block you when I could have avoided this. Yeah, it's never a good. I only have, like, for example, I rarely have bad dates. Usually the dates, I want to say I'm like 95%, 95.5% positive. It is like 0.5% of negative. I usually am really good at weeding out who is going to be a good date for me. I have a really good, my order of operation weeds out the bullshit. Yeah, my vetting process is really good. And it's because I require you to have a conversation. I require you to sit down and focus and chat and have a conversation consistently. Let's chat. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's you can't have a good conversation for an hour and then we don't talk again for a week later. You get what I'm saying? You have to consistently lock in and have conversation. That requires effort. And usually, if they put the effort in there, they put the effort in here. And then if they put the effort in here, they put the effort in here. The effort keeps being consistent. And then by the time the end of the date is great. Because he put the effort in and it was amazing. Hey, Big Shirley. Yeah, so yeah, it's just usually positive. Consistent. And so every time it's always a good date. 9.5 out of 10. Okay, let me see. So what do y'all think about Nolan Wells? Thank you. My skin, that is also the lighting. My skin is clear, of course. That's normal. But what happens is you see the reflection here. Like watch this, take it off. You just see, you don't really see a glow. It's kind of like just normal. It's just kind of normal. You see a little sheen or whatever, but when you have that backlight in a warmer light, because this is like, I can switch this to actually usually make it warmer. So this is white, but warm, it kind of gives you my normal color. But this light is way warmer than that light. So that warm light shines here and it gives you a sheen because you're seeing the reflection of my natural oils. You see that right there? You're seeing the reflection of that light. And so it looks like I'm glowing. And actually, it would actually be different if I moved it. Like if I moved it here, that's actually would be better. You see it? Because you're getting more of the glow here instead of, but I want to do the backdrop. So I like it back there. So it's cool. So it just makes it look, more glowy. I just be lazy and don't be wanting all the lights on. What do y'all think about Nolan Wells? So yeah, I like it in the back. I don't have any children. I did raise my brother, and he was in a group of non-Black friends that got him in a lot of, not a lot, but that got him in stuff that I felt like he shouldn't have been in. Like I remember my brother, they were at Kmart and they were stealing. Now, mind you, he was stealing a damn razor and he didn't even have a damn beard. He like 12, 13. And so these white boys was influencing him to do stuff that I didn't. And I had to work and hustle. And so I didn't have time to really pay attention to him. And I didn't want to be locking him down either. And so I was paying attention, but it wasn't like I'm watching every single fucking thing. But he did have a friend of white boys that he was hanging out with. Now we didn't live in a affluent neighborhood. We lived in basically the hood of white, a white hood. And it just would be these little moments where I'm like, nigga, you are Black. You are Black and you can't move like them. because the police is going to wear you out way faster than them, because out of all the boys that were stealing, he was the one that went to juvenile, and we had to pay $550 fucking dollars in fines. It was him and another boy. But I was like, you the black boy, and everybody is admitting that they all was stealing. And all got caught, but the black boy and the Mexican boy go to jail. Okay. So I've always been a person. I try to be a person who is like, oh, let kids be kids and let kids play with who they play with and da 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 da. But y'all, I just feel like I'm watching shit that's happening. I'm watching the ICE here in Houston. ICE killed this Latinx father, and his sons and shit was on the news crying and talking. Everybody talking about how good of a father he was. I'm seeing the parents of Nolan Wells, the black mom, and then they asked the dad, was race an issue? And the dad was like, oh, I don't think that it was an issue, and blah, 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 race, child. First of all, race is in everything. Why can't y'all accept that? Not y'all, but people. Race is in everything, even if it's a little bit. Race is in everything. Even the response. Even if the motivation may not be racial, you can't take. Race is in everything. Just like you can't take gender out. Those dynamics are a part of the equation. How people respond to a black boy is different in how people respond to a white boy. How people respond to a black girl is different than how people respond to a black boy. It's different. And it's okay to accept that. But I'm seeing the parents online. I'm just seeing all of these situations, and I'm like, if I'm to be honest, it's not enough violence happening to me. Not to me. It's not in my opinion. It's not enough. It's a lot of fucking talking and not enough violence. I feel like we're in the part of the yeah, we got to bring the guillotines back. Like, I feel like it's problematic, but I feel like be strategic, but be violent. I feel like the situation with back in the day with MLK and the sit-ins and the hosing and seeing the dogs attack and da da da. I think televising that and getting the empathy of the people, I think on a certain level it worked, but I also think on a certain level, and Martin said this later on in life, that he might have regretted that. because it just put everything in hiding. I don't know. I just feel like when motherfuckers keep playing in your face, you gotta play a little bit back. There's something about it that it's just something that is swelling up, and it feels like we already did the nonviolent. Why we ain't doing the by any means necessary way? Hey, Rooted in Curls. The thing about white people is that even if they are cool with you, you can't guarantee how they're going to act when it all goes down. The likelihood of them going against the group is very low. Yes. What doesn't get highlighted were the folks in the South who were about armed resistance. The country likes to highlight the MLK narrative to keep people docile. I don't want to belittle the impact. I think that it is. I think that there's a powerful way things to happen, but it just depends on how you think about it, because he's still dead. We baby, you was being nonviolent and you still dead. You still got assassinated. So did it help? Did it help you? Did it not just you, like did it there was some move forward, but then it led to a backlash. It was a move forward, and then it led to, from the 60s down to the 90s. It on some level, I think it started to something shifted in the 90s, but it felt like there was a backlash in the 70s and the 80s that those Reagan years like really created a backlash in response to that. I think we need to stop being the bigger person. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I really think, and not just about, I think about each other too. I recently had an incident where this trans man was in the comments talking about fighting me. And I was like, I have never had a trans man making threats at me. And it was like, what? And I was like, and I haven't talked to this person in like 5 or 6 years, like pre-COVID. And I was saying, sir, he was implying that anytime he saw me, I was quiet. And so, like, implying that me being quiet was like an indication that I was like scared of saying something to him. And I was like, wait, I didn't know that we were on the level of violence. I didn't know we were on the level of violence because I'm a fucking demon. I always want to fight. So if I knew that I be wanting moments to beat bitches ass. So if I knew that we were on level of fighting, when I saw you, we could have twirled. So I thought that we just didn't like each other. Like I didn't know that it was you wanted to see me when you saw me. So I'm the type of bitch that if I don't like you, I don't be hanging out with you. I don't be sitting in your face and shaking hands. If I don't like you, I'm not gonna be sitting and chilling and kikiing with you and and I'm not a cordial bitch like that. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm not gonna sit at the table with you. I'm gonna get up and leave. I'm that girl. I'm not gonna sit and kiki with your motherfucking ass. That's not what I do. Cause especially if it's on some work shit, we ain't got to be friends like that, child. I'm out of here. I'm not about to sit and da da da. Now, sometimes I'm in organizing spaces where we have to have discussion about political stuff and strategy and blah blah blah. So sometimes I'm in a conversation with people I don't like, just talking about that organizing work. But out to dinner, sitting chit chatting, no, bitch, you ain't never gonna see me sitting with my fucking enemy, a bitch I don't like. You never gonna see me doing that. I don't sit in the presence of bitches I don't like. So when I see somebody I don't like, it don't have nothing to do with fear. It's just about, I don't like this person. So why am I going to be coming and chit-chatting and talking? And so when they said that, I was like, why you didn't come and tell me? You ain't never came to me about no fucking violence. Because I would have been on that. That's the type of bitch I am. I'm on that. I be wanting to relieve stress. Come on, let's do it. Oh, you didn't even say. I was like, when have you ever came to me and said you was trying to fight? You ain't never did that. But now that I know for sure, when I see you next time, I'm going to I'm going to remind you that you a bitch. We gonna go back to the origin of our being, and I'm gonna remind you that you a bitch. That's what I'm going to do. Because you can't call me to the mat and I not come. I'm gonna come to the mat. I like being on the mat. Call me to the mat. I'm gonna come. I'm always come. That's actually a problem with me, baby. I'm way more violent than I should be because I get a rush out of it. I'm not somebody who doesn't like violence. I like it. I like the energy that it exudes. I like it. I think it's healing. So any chance I get to do it, I do it. So you can't be if you have an issue with me, you don't have no problem. Just tell me. Let me know you trying to thump. I'm always trying to thump. I'm always down, always ready, always want that smoke. I always want that. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. Bring it to me. I love it. I couldn't be those people. I couldn't I admire the people who trained and was like want to sit down and let people spit on them and put juice on their head and ketchup on their hair and whatever how the SNCC people prepared them to do the sit-ins and not be violent. Child failure. I could not be that person. That's a particular type of person, and I love that for them. I love people who have that emotional control. I think that is an amazing quality for people to have. I do not have it. I don't have it. You put your hands on me, I'm fighting you. Yes. Man, woman, or child. That's what we doing. That is what we are doing. And so, if I had a child, there's just certain things that I know I will go to prison for. If I find out, if my child tell me that you molested them, you getting up out of here, and I'm gonna be in prison. Not taking care of my child. It's gonna be unfortunate. I'm gonna try to put my child in the best situation. But you molest my child, I'm taking you up out of here. I'm not waiting for the justice system to give you a fair trial to da 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 da. No. Mm-mm. No, we done. We're not doing that. If my child comes up missing in your care and I come to your house and I'm looking for them, and the last people that saw my child was you, and you acting weird, I'm blowing your house up. You're not helping me find my child. You're avoiding me. You're not giving me his keys. You're not giving me his phone. You doing all because it doesn't make sense to me that if my child is missing and this is your friend, that you're acting weird. You should be helpful. My child is missing. Well, I'm the mother. Why aren't you helping me find my child? If you're a part of this community and this was your friend, there should be unlimited amount of help. Oh, let me find you a boat. Let me find. We got the keys. We got the phone here. There should be unbridled help. My child is missing. Your friend is missing. There should be unbridled help. There shouldn't be any kind of resistance. That's what's weird to me. That's what's weird to me. And when you get to acting like that and we talking about my child, I'm taking your head off. Because now I think something is up. Because why aren't you giving me unbridled help to find my baby? And we're a part of this community together. My kids go to school with you. My kids are your friends. My kid is missing. Does it make sense? Like, my kids are missing. It's like me going to the school and my child they ain't at the schoolhouse, and I go up to her teacher and say her or his and say, "Hey, where's my child at?" And the teacher says, "Oh, I don't know." Bitch, what? You the teacher. There's an expectation of you to know where my child is at because you that teacher and this is schoolhouse. It doesn't. For me. It just doesn't make sense. It's wild. Trayvon Martin had a whole daddy and his killer is free. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And I ain't talking about you got to go down to Florida and do all of this kind of stuff. No. I ain't talking about that. If I went the justice route and it didn't work, now I got to go the stealth route. We gonna find you up. It's too many motherfuckers missing. We gonna figure this out. You can't walk this. You cannot walk free. No. Now I got to do my sneaky way. No. Kyle Rittenhouse. Ticket to the underworld, baby. I got it for you. Yeah, I don't understand, baby. But which is probably why I didn't procreate. Not just because I don't sleep with people who to procreate, but yeah, God wouldn't bless me with that. No. I'm too vulnerable. I would be too vulnerable. Because it's just certain things that are zero tolerance for me. You can't molest my kids. Yeah, it's just certain. I saw a video of the babies was that black little kids. They had to be like maybe 12, 13. There was some probably would have been like maybe 16. And they were at the pool. And this white man punched the little boy. Now, the black father came later on in the video and beat the shit out of the white man. Period. Right. That's what you do. Because ain't no way. There's just certain things that you're not gonna do. You just not gonna do. And then if I was I'm never gonna be bullied into not playing the race card. If I feel like it's some fucking KKK bullshit afoot, I'm fucking calling it out. None of this shit makes sense about my child coming up missing on that fucking island. And you motherfuckers is hunkering down and not talking and not trying to erasing shit out of his phone. No. Boop, 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 boop. God. Boop, boop. Boop. I'm wearing it out. That's just what it is. Same issue. This is fake, but same issue that I have with motherfucking Rhaenyra on House of Dragon. Baby, you done killed 2 of my sons. I fuck with the first one, maybe, I got 3 new dragons and you just killed my other one. Oh, baby, burn it down. Burn it down. It ain't no motherfucking, no. Burn it down. We burning it. Go, Danny. Go. Let's go, Daenerys. Stormborn. Dracarys. We got multiple dragons. I'm burning it down. Y'all done killed my son. Come on. Let's wear it out. I can't do it. But yeah, I don't know. We are at a sensitive time right now.
I didn't realize that Michael Jordan was fine.
Oh, shut up, Kiki.
Oh, I knew.
What's the guy said? Oh, I knew. Oh, I want to talk about this. This is funny.
And the next time somebody asks me why I'm single, I'm just going to respond because I have a house by myself in my name, 3,000 square feet with an attached garage, a car inside of said garage, and then on the outside of my house, white picket fence.
She said when she asked why she's single, this is her response. She's talking about all the stuff that she has.
Inside of my house, everything on the inside is brand new, including the water heater, dishwasher. Everything was put in brand new when I moved in. My bathroom, jetted tub, my closet, hers and hers. There's no his. Hers and hers vanity. My baby girl has her own room, her own bathroom, and then I have an extra bedroom that I utilize for my in-home office.
Period.
Living room, I have 2 of those. Sitting room, 1 in the bedroom. I got space and I don't know what to do with it. We have a dining room. My floors, 15 feet, 22 feet in some places. And I don't need a man to accompany me to be able to keep up with it. $2,500 on the mortgage. It's actually $2,517.22. I pay my own loans when it comes to my vehicle, my house. Everything is taken care of by me. And when my baby says that she don't want to see no more ads on Disney Plus, guess who upped it? Me. And when them taxes is due for my car and for my home, who pays it? Me. Every 6 months for the house, every year for the car. When my baby needs clothes because she's outgrowing everything at the speed of fucking lightning, who's covering that? In my household, me. I'm doing all of this shit over here by myself. My fridge, not one, I have 2. Both are full. We got 1 fridge is dedicated for drinks, and that freezer is meats alone. Where you see that at? Not no average bitch, because I came from poverty. Okay, so the next time you ask me why I'm single, it's because I'm doing it by myself. Why would I let somebody come into this space when I've already curated it to be perfection? Unless you want to come in and you want to take on everything that I'm doing and let me do nothing, I don't need you here. Why would you? But you're not taking away my peace.
So, this is my response to her. I said, my toxic trait is that even if I have all my bills paid, taken care of, and I'm living in luxury, when I'm talking to a man, I'm always a damsel in distress. I'm always in need of something. Even if I got to make it up, I need something. I am poor and struggling. Help me, please. Even if I have, baby, I could come off a trip and you could see me doing all this luxury stuff, buying bags, blah, blah, blah. I am poor. I need it. I need something, baby. You got to help me, baby. I need you. 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 I am a damsel in distress, baby. A nigga ain't gonna never know shit I got unless he watches something or something. But me talking to him, honey, I am never, ever gonna be talking about all the things I have. Never. I don't know why women do that. I understand, like, you just trying to say, I don't need you. I'm taking care of everything. Da da da. I get it, but baby, not me. It's I don't care. You tell me you ask me what I need, I'm gonna tell you what I need, even if I make it up. Even if I don't need it right now, I need it later. I am a damsel. I am so good. I don't know if it's sex work. I don't know what taught me to do that. I don't know. I'm always giving you damsel. I need, baby. Oh, I'm struggling. The dudes who always is like, it's females already always out here begging, always needing. Yes, baby, I need all my needs are not taken care of, baby. I need. Please, can you help me? Can you please help me? I need it. I need help. I feel like that. I'm never the girl that's dudes want to help you with your bags. Yes, darling. Thank you. Oh, darling. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, my arm. It was kind of hurting. I am never, ever, ever, ever going to bring up me taking care of everything. That I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't care. I'm never going to be that girl. Even if I'm that girl, even if I'm the girl who's taking care of everything, I got this, I got that. A nigga ain't never gonna hear it ever. I just can't imagine. What Tamar said, how do I know you like me if you don't give me money? If you don't do things for me, how do I know you like me? I am that person. If you don't do anything for me, how do I know you like me? And this is my logic. It's not just about like being a gold digger. It's not about that, because most of the niggas don't be having no gold to dig. Let's start there. Most niggas don't be having no gold to dig, for real, for real. But bro, I know what you value. You go to work every day, every other day, or 5 days a week, and you go and you spend your time making your hourly wage or your salary wage. And that money is why you put the effort to get the money. So if you take that money that you got up early to go to work stayed late to work extra hours to get overtime, stayed at work even though you was tired to make extra hours, you really put in the effort to make that money. I know you value that money. So if you giving it to me, now a rich nigga, he may not value it as much because he rich and he has a limited amount of money. So I got to pay attention differently with a rich nigga when it comes to money, as opposed to a working class man who go to work every day, who work hard for his money. Him giving me money has way more value than some rich nigga giving me money. So if I'm looking for an indication on if you care about me, the criteria is going to be different for a rich nigga and for a dude who's a working class dude. But working class, who ain't got a lot of money, they care and put their money into what they care about. If he don't care about you, he ain't spending no money on you. You have to figure out what is his what he values. It's a little bit harder because it can't be money because he already has it. Usually it's time. There's some time. You really gotta see what's in his life that he values. Is it his the if he has children, is it children? Is he bringing you around the children? It's usually something else outside of money. It's usually something else. But it's different. It's different for all of them. It just depends on what they value. But you got to get to know them to see what they value. But yeah, I don't. It's. I don't know. I just wouldn't be that. I'm never gonna put up all the things that I'm doing. Child, no. I have a girl. I have needs, sir. I have needs. I need stuff taken care of. I want you to take care of them. You want to step up to the plate? Yes. You ask me why I'm single? Cause I haven't found a man that really cares for me enough to take care of all my needs. I don't know. I don't know why I'm single. Isn't it sad? Isn't it so sad? Don't you want to make me unsingle? Baby, I'm turning into, I don't know. I'm cutting on my baby girl, honey. I must be a horrible person. I'm single because I don't know. I must be a horrible person. I try my best. I try my best to do right by people. But I don't know. But I don't really know. What you bring to the table? Nothing. Nothing. I'm poor. I don't bring nothing to the table. With your titties in his face. I'm poor. I don't bring nothing to the table, baby. But I enjoy like my I don't know. I enjoy a nigga doing stuff for me, but I guess that's why I like the Gomez and Morticia relationship. I'm always trying to be worshipped, trying to be spoiled, trying to be, put first, prioritized. I'm always that. I'm even like that with dudes that I'm not in relationship with. Like, dudes that I just hook up with, I require them to do something. Take my trash out. Like, soon as they come in the door, I have the trash right by the door. Take this to the dumpster, baby. Every time. If we hooking up, oh, bring me some juice. Bring me some Wendy's chicken nuggets. Bring me. I'm gonna, even if I can't think of something, I'm gonna say something. If he say, "Oh, you want me to bring you something I'm about to stop." Da, da, da. Yes, bring me some sour cream, Glaze. I don't know. Bring me some Tylenol. I have a headache. Bring me something. I'm gonna make something up. You're doing something and you're bringing something. Yeah, I need some toilet paper. Got a whole closet, pantry full of toilet paper. Bring me some toilet paper. A 30 roll, a Charmin. Whatever I think out of my head, I'm going to say, yes, I need that. Yes, I need. Yes, bring me that. Yes. Bring me some blueberries. I don't know. I'm never somebody. I don't know where that comes from. Because my mom wasn't like that. My mom was more, I don't need a man. I don't know. I don't know where that come from. I definitely know my Aunt Roz was, honey, get something. Get something. I don't know no dude that even when my Aunt Roz was a dope fiend, honey, her man was bringing her drugs, bringing her crack. Even at her lowest, she was getting something from a nigga. So I don't know. And I don't make you another element that I do. I'm also not a person that if you don't do it or can't do it or da 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 da. I'm also a person that's not gonna be arguing with you and like belittling you because you can't. I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. And just like not talk to you. I'm not gonna argue with you about it. I'm just not gonna talk to you. It's like, oh, baby, no. I remember this boy. I told him to take my trash out, and he was like, I didn't come over here to take no trash out. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. I opened the door and let him right on out. And I didn't invite you over here to tell me what you not gonna do. So great. Have a great day. Good luck. You think I'm asleep with a nigga, do all the work to give you all my skills to a nigga who can't take my trash out? Can I take my own trash out? Absolutely. But if I ask you to take my trash out and you tell me no, you think I'm asleep with you? You just wasted your gas to come all the way over here to tell me no to take my trash out. And you thought that was going to work out in your favor. Baby, he was like, are you serious? Yes, I am serious. All right, I'll take it out. No, now I don't want you to take it out. I want you to get out of my house. Because what you playing in my face like that now has turned me off. Get out of my face. You thought that I was going to be cool with you just saying, oh no, okay, you cannot take my trash. And I'm about to take my clothes off and feel sexy. And for a nigga who can't even take out my trash? No, get out. Get out. Oh, I don't feel like stopping at the gas station to get that juice. All right, well, I don't feel like fucking a nigga that can't stop at the gas station to give me some juice. Who you think you are and who you think I am? You think I want to sleep with a dude who tell me no about stuff that I need? No. That's going to turn me off. Oh, I don't want to make no stops. Oh, okay, well, go back home. You don't want to make no stops? Take your ass back home so you can not be out making stops. Because you don't want to make no stop at my house either. You definitely don't want to make a stop. So don't stop here. Keep going. Do a U-turn and stop your ass at your house. Not to me. I really like this. I got this at the dollar store. It's called Hair and Body Mist Amber Rouge. And it smells so good. It's like it don't last long, but it's for a cute little 30 minutes. You smell like this scent and it's cute. It's like a really refreshing little scent. Let's see. What else was on the roster today? Well, that's all I wanted to talk about, y'all. What did y'all want to talk about for this last little 40 minutes? I'm trying to find. Somebody said that they snatched eye tops. Somebody said that they snatched eye top tops Scully off, and I can't find a picture of what he looked like. They said they're doing the same thing that they was doing the Rabbit Killer, saying he was ugly. But then some people saying it's just because he's dark skinned with dreads. And I was like, oh, so he probably my type, and everybody's saying he ugly. I'm playing Elder Ring right now. You ever played any of the Soul games? No. Mm-mm. The game that I play is Elder Scrolls Online, and I play Arc Raider sometimes too. Rarely though, but sometimes. Olivier went to Raban. Interesting. That's an interesting move. But that makes sense. After redefining Balmain for more than a decade, Olivier has been named the new creative director of Raban. The move brings one of the fashion's bolder visionary to a house known for pushing the boundaries, with his first collection set to debut March 2027. Ooh, Ray Bond got some good history. I feel like that's a good matchup. Interesting. That's some good history. Mm. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about are y'all watching the third season of Interview with a Vampire? And still trying to be friendly with Allison under the jail where her father was. Yeah, child. Crazy. I didn't think, because I didn't like Queen of the Damn, the movie, but I should have known that I was gonna like, because one of the reasons why I didn't like Queen of the Damn is because I didn't like Lestat in that movie. I didn't really like him. But the way they play, that they're writing Lestat as a character in this series, I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And how did you like Akasha? I liked it. I liked her. I liked I would I would have wanted more from her. I would have wanted I liked the monologue. I liked how it played out, but I would want to I thought she was going to be, out and active. But I liked the scene. It was powerful. But I thought she was going to be out and active. But I really enjoyed this last episode when Claudia come back and cuss their ass out. Oh, that was so good. When they tried to summon her and she was like, I hate all of you motherfuckers. Are you excited about AHS Coven? I don't know if I'm excited. I'm going to watch it, but I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do. I haven't even looked up, like, are they bringing Jessica Lange back? Are they what are they doing? Like, that's what I'm kind of curious about. Like, I don't know. I'm curious about how all of this stuff is, how everybody is coming back, and what that looks like. This season is a huge change. I was slow to get into it though. Yeah, I like it. I liked it because I don't know. I thought it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It brought characters back. It brought, this is a season finale, so I can't wait to see what is going to happen. Every episode is like doing something to me, and I love it. I love his mom. I love when Claudia came back. I loved, what else? I love how I love how his first love is doing what he does to Louis. Like, he pops up like what Lestat did to Louis when he was out, how he would pop up in different scenarios and be kind of haunting him. I love that Lestat's first little boyfriend was doing that too. Popping up and saying little smart ass shit in the middle of the situation. I love that. I love that. I love I don't want to say I love it, but I love that his song and story about his maker, about who turned him to a vampire, was really like made to be like this special thing. But when they do the flashback and do the reality of what it was, that juxtaposition was like, oh wow. I thought that was cool and a good choice in storyline. Oh, that scene with the French girl, baby, I was cracking up. That scene with the fake French girl, that was hilarious. That shit was funny as hell. I was cracking up at that too. Oh, it's official. I have my name trademarked, officially registered with the United States government. As of April 26th, I own the name Diamond Stylz. I love it. Now, my little Marsha's play, that's going through the process now, but there was one little extra thing that I needed from them for that to go through that they needed from me, and that was worked out. So that's going to take about, I don't know, maybe like 6 months, 3 to 6 months. But once that happens, I'll be the official trademark owner of both of the names that are associated with my business. And I am so excited. Make sure you thumbs up if you're just now joining us. I am so excited about it. Yeah, it is the official trademark. And it was funny. I was talking to my lawyer who did. My lawyer is my valedictorian at my high school. Isn't that so cool? I specifically went to her because I said once I needed to get my trademark, I was gonna hire her to do it because I just thought that was a full circle. She was she was so cool in high school. We had, I don't know about y'all high school, but like our valedictorians were cool people. They weren't like nerds. Like they were like the cool people. Which was kind of like our third, was it third? I don't know if it was she was either second or third. So it's it's the number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's the people. I think that's what they all have names, right? Isn't valedictorian, salutatorian? I can't remember. Though the 3. The second, the one who is the second, whoever that is, she was like Benji. She used to be having like long nails and freeze curl stacks and long in the back. And she was like a hood, like the quintessential hood chick. And she was like, she wasn't the valedictorian. She was like the number 2. And she was cool. Like she was like one of the it girls, one of the cool girls. And then the valedictorian, she was super smart, but she could sing. And so we were in choir together, and she was so dope. Like she was so good. And so when I learned that she had become a lawyer, I was like, ooh, when I an entertainment lawyer, when I get my when I'm trying to get my trademark, I'm gonna specifically hire her. And so I set up a meeting with her, and we once she found out it was me, we just had a kiki. We had such a kiki in our meeting, and she gave me basically 2-for-1 special. Since when I came into the conversation, I wanted to. The conversation was, which one should I trademark and what's more important? And she was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Let's do both. I tried you just for the one, and we'll do both." And she was like, "I think these are going to be easy, so don't worry about it." And so she didn't charge me for one. And what's crazy, the one that I thought was going to give me the most problems, none of them have given me problems, but the one that I thought that was going to be the harder to do was Diamond Stylz, but that was the easiest one. Because there's this, I thought it was going to be, because Diamond Stylz is kind of like a, not you, it isn't as unique. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking that it was going to be like Diamond. I don't know. I thought it was going to be too close to other stuff where it was going to be harder for me to get ownership of it. So that's what I was more weird about. But that motherfucker went right through. It went right through. Like it was super. It was the Marsha's play, which I thought was going to be more easier because it just seems like so cut and dry. But it still was easy, but it's just one little piece that was like I needed to prove. There was a notice of allowance, and I needed to prove this portion, because when you get a trademark, it has to be you have to indicate what business and area of business that you are in. And so it was a certain portion, like it was these 5 things, and out of the 5 I could prove all 4, but this 5th one, I needed to show more proof. I could prove all 5, but this one I needed to show more proof, and it was I had to show that in a more deeper way. So, but I had tons of proof, so it was cool. So it's just more of a postpone, like a 3-month postpone, where somebody got to watch it, some agent got to go through the proving and then approve or not approve. But the scary part is we are in this orange guy's administration. So the proof that I have, it was kind of spilling tea, and I'm like, ooh, I hope don't nobody be shady in this scenario. I hate that I have to worry about stupid shit like that in this era of time. But I'm glad. So now I can start sending people cease and desist. Don't use my name, bitch. Mm-hmm. Well, all right, y'all. I'm about to get up off of here and play Elder Scrolls because I have some farming that I need to do. I got some upgrading of some rings that I need to get to gold because they are purple. And so I need to farm some money so that I can upgrade my jewelry. So, all right. I will see y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed the interview with Amaya Scott and Elise Monroe. I really enjoyed that live show. It was so fun. They just had me cracking up. So make sure y'all go check it out and let me know what y'all think. And I will talk to y'all.